Baruch atah Asherah Anat Melacha Olam Asher Kiddushanu Mitzvotav Mitzivanu Yitatif L'tzitzit. Good morning, friends. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? Welcome. Welcome to now. It's now. How's your internet today, Sarah? Good morning. Are you back at home or are you still with your parents? My voice is shaky today. Do you hear that? That's why I do that every morning, is because it gives me a second to sort of key into what my vocal tract is doing. See how stable it is. It's not very stable today. Might be challenging to say the words. You're still at your parents' today. One moment. This is maple sap. Rin brought me maple sap. Do you like singing in church? Okay. Now we can begin. Mason Hawk, I'm not teaching a class right now. I will in the summer, but I am doing some events next week. There's a science communication panel that I'm leading with a bunch of other science TikTokers. I posted a video about it yesterday with a link to a Zoom link. It's going to be next Friday. So a 2-hour class next Friday about what it's like to be talking about mushrooms on the internet. Yeah, it's the most recent video in my bio. Events, yes. Yeah. And I also just released a class. An online class. That was when we wrote the grant, that was what we described it as. It's an online class about seed saving. Right? So you can check the link in my bio, and it's a link to the seed saving documentary I made. Like, I've been describing it as a documentary because it's not really a class. We had aspirations to make more interactive materials, but it didn't really happen. Holy Jesus. Yeah, I like him. He's a good one. You're all over the dock. Yeah, making those films, one of the hardest things I've ever done. Because my relationship with the person I wrote the grant with, like, deteriorated significantly after we got the grant. And then I was, like, left in this $50,000 contract with this person that I didn't want to be around, and then I felt terrible about that. Felt so terrible. But it's done now, and the videos, they're okay. They're not exactly what I had hoped for, but they're okay. Shema, Yisrael Asher Eloheinu Yahweh Echad. A lot of sunshine to your For You page. That's really sweet. I wish I could say I'm back. I'm not really back. I posted a couple videos because I have like a couple of things that happened this week, right? Like I just mentioned them, right? Like I released this documentary, and there's a science communication event that will be on my university Zoom channel next week. But other than those things, I'm not actually back on TikTok. I'm still writing my thesis. It's still very arduous. It makes me full of regret often. But it's getting better, and I'm closer to the end. So yeah, I will come back in the summer. In the summer, I'm going to be teaching a class about TikTok, like how to make TikTok videos, how to edit and do things like that. So that'll be cool. I'll be back then. I'll have to make TikToks if I'm going to be teaching a class about it. I bring a lot of joy to your days. Well, thank you, Powell. You bring a lot of joy to my days. You're so excited about the editing. The editing class, really? You want to learn how to edit videos, Sarah? Vahafta et anat Elohecha uv'chol levavecha. Come in.
Hi, are you busy?
I'm streaming.
I'm just gonna look at my clogs in the mirror. They just came.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe when you're done with that, you could come over here.
Do what?
Say hi to me.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Go look at your clocks. I'm gonna say a prayer. Vahafta et anat Elohecha ובכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודייך וחיו הדברים האלה אשר נוחים מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ולכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך וחיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך וחיה. כי יביאך אלוהיך אל הארץ אשר נשבע לאבותיך לאברהם ליצחק וליעקב לתת לך ערים גדולות וטובות אשר לא בנית ובתים מלאים כל טובה אשר לא מילאת וברות עצובים אשר נשאת כהרים וזיתים אשר לא נטעת והלכת ושבת הישמר לך פן תשכח את יורש תישך מארץ מצרים מבית עבדים. The prayer says, listen, Israel, you people over there. Yahweh, Eloheinu, Yahweh Echad. Yahweh and Eloheinu and Yahweh are one. Gods from the north and gods from the south, they can be the same God King. It's okay. And what do you do with that? It's a strange metaphysical idea. I mean, there's just one of them. What does that mean? I don't know. So there's instructions that come next. It goes, and you shall love Yahweh Eloheinu, that dual God, with all your heart and all your soul and all your might. And these words that I'm repeating to you, teach them to your children. And recite them when you wake up, and when you go to bed, when you are traveling, and when you are at home. You shall bind them as a symbol on your hand, and let them serve as a sign on your forehead, and inscribe them on the doorposts of your houses and on your gates. And when Yahweh Eloheinu brings you into that land, Israel, that he swore to your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to assign to you, take heed that you do not forget Yahweh, who freed you from the land of Egypt, the house of bondage.
And not necessarily the meaning of the words themselves, but the fact that you can say that so well. It's really amazing.
I say it every day.
Yeah. Whoa. This is my first time in the room with you while you're doing that.
Yeah.
It's really special.
Yeah.
Are there people listening?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Here's Sarah.
Sarah,
My friend Sarah at Buttflakes.
Oh, but yes, I've heard of you.
And some other people. There's 10 people here. Who else is here? Adrian wants me to free Palestine. I wish I could. Right? The way that I do that is I remind people that, hey, there are some houses that you did not build, and hewn cisterns that you did not hew, and vineyards and olive groves that you did not plant. And when you eat your fill, remember that Yahweh, Sky Dad gave it to you. It's scary. Maybe don't occupy land. I don't know, like, I say those words and I'm like, oh, like, I look outside and I'm like, okay, there's a spring up there. Did I dig that spring? No. Like, I'm literally living in a house that I didn't buy, drinking water from a spring that I didn't dig, right? Like, it's this, like, funny little scary threat reminder. Like, hey, all that stuff that you're enjoying, like, it used to be someone else's and it could be someone else's again. And I don't know. Don't take it for granted.
That's true. It's true about this place. It's like deeper than that. There's many, many layers of that.
Yeah.
For all people that like live on this land and
Yeah.
we didn't make the land.
No. Freedom is here, and Batman's queen. The moment is easy to take for granted. Yeah. And, like, I think that phrase is funny because it wasn't in the liturgy that I learned. Like, when I learned that prayer when I was in synagogue, like, when I was a little boy, I memorized the melody of the Shema and the Vahafta, and, like, that was, like, you know, because the prayer says, like, teach it to your kids, so, they taught it to me. But the section after that wasn't in melody is from that same lines in the book of Deuteronomy. It's a direct continuation of the Vahafta, but they replaced it with this other quote from the book of Numbers that basically says the same thing, like, hey, remember Yahweh who freed you from Egypt, but it doesn't have these lines about, like, when Yahweh gives you the house that you didn't build, and the cistern that you didn't dig, and the vineyard and the olive grove that you didn't plant. Like, I think that part's important. Try to say that part. We are just using everything while we're here. Yeah. Hi.
Hi. Mom letting me be her pillow.
Can I show them who you are?
Yes.
This
and
is
Mama
my friend
too.
Andy and my cat. There's a lot of that in Deuteronomy. Yeah. Yeah, well, because Deuteronomy was written by these Babylonian exiles who just had their kingdom stolen from them, right? They were deported and they were refugees, and they were, like, trying to make theological sense of, like, how could this happen that, like, this land that we lived in could be gone. And then look at their holy book, they're like, oh, we stole it. Right, we stole it. Oh. And if you steal land, someone else can steal it too. Yeah. So we're going to continue reading from the Epic of Anzu. So Anzu is a scary bird. Let me show you a picture of the Anzu bird.
I'm gonna go stretch.
Okay.
I love you.
Love you too.
Thanks for having me on the camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi.
I'll come get some later. Okay. We're boiling sap.
Yeah, I saw.
I know.
It made me really happy.
I know.
Yeah.
Sun-powered sap boil.
Yeah, it's really great that you two are hanging out and doing that.
Yeah. I know. It's a lot better than
But wait, can I show you the Anzu bird? Because it's very good. Yeah, look at the screen. It's a scary bird.
Oh, those hands.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Anzu bird stole the tablet of destiny, and now he's going to be killed by the hero. Because clearly you can't take fate into your own hands. That is against the rules of the divine order, and Enlil doesn't like it.
So this bird comes in and is like...
No, the bird stole the tablet of destiny. The bird tried to be an independent divine being, and the God King said, no, I'm going to take my law book back, and he sent a hero to go kill the dragon. Yeah. Yeah. That's how it goes. Yeah. You're supposed to dedicate your child to the church, and the church is supposed to dedicate themselves back. The the whole vineyards you didn't build thing. Thank you, Marishu. That's really nice of you. It's been very long, Mama of Twins. You're making perfect sense. Tell me your Christian theology, please. I'm very curious. So, the Anzu bird is about to die. Thanks, Marishu. Marshishu, sorry. Have to say it right. You didn't say it was yours, you're just studying down the street. Okay, I'm sorry. That's a sore spot. I'm curious about Baptist theology then, yeah? Right? Like, I've never been to a Baptist church. I wonder what they say about Jesus. I have my ideas about Jesus, but I don't actually know what Christians say about him. It's a large gap. A large gap in my understanding. I ought to get to know him. He's a pretty important dude, you know? So, the end of Anzu. On the side of the mountain, Anzu and Nimrod met together. The foundation of the world shook. Earthquakes abounded. Dark fell upon his mountains. The heavenly sky turned gray. Destruction and death was raining down over all of the earth. Blazing heat seared. Disorder spread wide across the world. A storm current of violence was sweeping to the four winds. Their weapons had driven away any aid from the cool air, as both of them were now wet with sweat from their warfare, and Anzu was worn down in the tempest's clash, and molted. Anzu molted. So Nimrod, after releasing his arrows, took up his battle axe, and with it slashed off his wings both right and left. And when Anzu spied both of his wings and uttered his cry, yet as he shrieked, "My wing! My wing!" an arrow struck him. A missile pierced him through to the chambers of his heart. Nimrod caused his shaft to penetrate his pinion and wing. A missile pierced him through both his heart and his lungs. Thus he conquered the mountains, overcame the lowlands. Nimrod conquered the mountains, overcame the lowlands. In his battle frenzy, he spread his army over the entire land. He spread into the heart of the Sierra and killed vile Anzu. Warrior Nimrod retook the god's tablet of fate in his hand. The breeze scattered Anzu's feathers, declaring good tidings, and Dagon witnessed this gospel and was heartily pleased. Summoning every one of the gods, with great cheer he said, "It is so that the strong man has killed Anzu on his mount, and holds in his hand the powers of Anu and Dagon. So let him come, that he might celebrate, be joyful and festive, to stand among his brothers the gods, to learn their secrets, that he might become fully aware of the mysteries of the gods, and that Elil, the wise counselor of his brothers, the gods, may likewise confer unto him every one of the sacred rites." Eliel raised his voice to be heard, speaking to Dagon, saying, "Like the flood water, Nimrod has inundated the mountains. In his battle frenzy, he spread his army over the entire land. And when, within the heart of the Sierra, he killed vile Anzu, warrior Nimrod retook the god's tablet of fate in his hand. So invite him back home, that he might make his way here, that he might restore the tablet of fate into your possession." So Eliel raised his voice, speaking to his officer Nuxu, saying, "Go forth from here, Nuxu, and escort Berdu here before me." And thus Nuxu went forth, and brought Berdu before Eliel. Eliel raised his voice to be heard, speaking to Berdu, saying, "Berdu, I will send you forth, I will send you before Nimrod, to convey the words which have been set by his father Eliel. The gods know you killed vile Anzu in the heart of the Sierra. Being heartily pleased and cheered, they then summoned me, and I was ordered to come before you and speak Eliel's words. So please, go to him now, that he might give you due praise." And thus Berdu went forth and made his way before Nimrod. Nimrod raised his voice to be heard, speaking to Berdu, saying, "Berdu, for what reason do you come to me with such urgency?" Berdu raised his voice to be heard, speaking to Nimrod, saying, "Lord, Your father Elil sent me forth to convey these words. The gods know you killed vile Anzu in the heart of the Sierra. Being heartily pleased and cheered, they then summoned me, and I was ordered to come before you and speak Elil's words. So please, go to him now, that he might give you due praise. And we will wait to read Burdu's speech until tomorrow. There you have it. Anzu tried to take the Tablet of Fate into his own hands, and he was murdered for it. What does that tell you about free will, huh? What does that tell you if you try to defy the king? It doesn't work. The state has all-powerful godliness on its side. So it goes. So it goes, so it goes, so it goes. What are you learning, Sarah? What is the church teaching you? I'm doing okay, Allie. It's nice to see you. Yeah, I get a lot of new voices here because I posted some videos again. So everyone's like, oh, you! I missed you. I missed you too. I'll be back again one day. Now we're going to say Arati. The word Arati means flame in Sanskrit. Everyone is doing well. There are fewer people here because it's winter time. So right now there's only 5 people living on the land. In the summertime we get up to like 15. But you know, the animals are good. It's cold. We're bunkered down. I sit here in this spot every day and I go type. And then I go to sleep and then I do it all again. Such is life. The word Arati means flame. Jaya Jaya Arati Vina Vinayaka Vina Vinayaka Shri Ganesha Jaya Jaya Arati Subramanya Subramanya Kartikeya Jaya Jaya Arati Venugopala Venugopala Venuola Papa Vidura Navanita Chora Jaya Jaya Arati Venkantaramana Venkantaramana Sankata Harana Sitarama Radhe Shama Jaya Jaya Arati Gauri Manohara Gauri Manohara Bhavani Sankara Sambasada Shiva Uma Maheshwara Jaya Jaya Arati Raja Rajeshwari Raja Rajeshwari Tripura Sundari Mahalakshmi and Mahasaraswati Mahakali and Mahashakti Jaya Jaya Arati Anjaneya Anjaneya Hanumanta Jaya Jaya Arati Dattatreya Dattatreya Trimurti Avatara Jaya Jaya Arati Adityaya Adityaya Bhaskaraya Jaya Jaya Arati Sanistaraya Sanistaraya Bhaskaraya Jaya Jaya Arati Sankarchaya Sankarchaya Advaita Guravi Jaya Jaya Arati Sadgurunata Sadgurunata Shivananda Jaya Jaya Arati Vishnu Devananda Vishnu Devananda Vishnu Devananda Jaya Jaya Arati Agastya Munaye Agastya Munaye Shirama Priyaye Jaya Jaya Arati Ayapa Swamine Ayapa Swamine Dharma Shastave Jaya Jaya Arati Jesus Grave Moses Grave Buddha Grave Jaya Jaya Arati Muhammad Grave Guru Nanak Grave Samastya Guru Bho Namaha Jaya Jaya Arati Venugopala Natatrasya Bhati Natandrakara Tamnimavdyo Bhati Kutoyamagdi Tomeva Bantamnamandi Sarvam Tasya Basya Samridam Vivanti Om Gange Kayamane Kaiva Govari Saraswati Narmade Siddhikavari Hiya Namastitam Namo Namaha Tvameva mata chapita Tvameva bandisha saka Tvameva vidya dravinam Tvameva sarvam mama deva diva Kayena vacha manasendriyarva Buddhyatmanava prakrite sabhavad Karomyat yad sakalam prasmahi Narayana hiti sarmar payami Sarvadharmam pravichaya mimikam sarvadam vrija Aham sva sarvapapayo mokshayami masucha. Whatever actions I perform with my body, speech, mind, senses, my nature, my intellect, or my emotions, all these, I dedicate to you. Thank you so much. I am Jewish, Arjen. Some flavor of Jewish. So, we will conclude with the mourner's Kaddish. The word Kaddish means holy. One etymology that I've heard for it means set apart. Set apart. Kadosh. And Kiddush means the prayer you say over the wine. And Kaddish is a goddess who rides lions. And Kaddish is an ancient city in Syria. And Kaddish is my name. And so I say this prayer every day for all those reasons. And through the twists and turns of history, these words have come to be associated with death and mourning. So I say them for that reason, because there is so much to grieve. And I grieve with you, because I think that that is the proper response to grief. Remind ourselves that we are still alive together, even though the world is full of so much death and pain. So for the last 2,500 years, maybe? Hard to say. The origin of memes like this. My ancestors have been saying these words in response to death and many other things besides. The words go like this. Yidkadal v'yidkadash Shema Rabba V'yama divrach yute v'yamlich malchute b'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayedikol Beit Yisrael Bagala b'zman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehi Shema Rabba miv'arch li'alam omei omeya Yitbarach v'ishtabach v'yitbar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shema dekudesha b'richu Leila min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata Diamiran v'yama v'imru Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba min Shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yachol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom v'imrumav huya aseh shalom aleinu v'yachol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom v'imrumav huya aseh shalom aleinu v'yachol Yisrael v'imru v'imru Amen. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for saying these words with me. Thanks for being my friend. So, I hope you liked the stream. You're welcome, Sarah. Yes, I have a few things going on that I can repeat to you. Next Friday, I'm doing a collaborative science communication panel with a bunch of other TikTokers. Posted a video about that yesterday, so you can go check that out if you want a link to the Zoom chat. And I also just published a big documentary I made about seed saving, so you can go check that out. There's a Discord server. The link to the Discord server is currently not accessible because I took my link tree away. But if you want to join the Discord server, just ask. A documentary, yes. about seed saving. It took me about 2 years. Hi, good morning. Good morning, hi. Yeah, I just released this like 3-hour long educational series about seed saving in the Southeast. I wrote a grant a couple years ago to make these films, and they're finally published. So the link in my bio doesn't go to Discord anymore, or Patreon, or all the other things that I normally say at the end of the stream. Instead, it goes to that documentary, so you can go check it out. I mean, it's long, it's a little slow, but it's pretty good. What you coughing at? um, yeah. So you can check those things out, and I will see you tomorrow to say these words again. You saw a lady eat a green bean. Yes, that's how the series starts. Have I read the overstory? No. The overstory. Let me look it up. The Overstory. A novel by Richard Powers. About 9 people whose stories come together because of trees. Oh, that's sweet. That's the description. Barack Obama reviewed it. Must be a good book. But where's the description, Amazon? Read more. Best book of the year. Sweeping and passion work of activism and resistance that is also a stunning evocation paean to the natural world. Interlocking fables that range from after-war New York in the late 20th century, timber wars of the Pacific Northwest and beyond. Seed saving. There's a scientist who does seed saving. Seed saving is very important. Like, it is. It's very important, and there's some really vivid stories to tell about it. There's one of the communes in my commune network runs this seed saving business called Southern Exposure Seed Exchange. So they specialize in heirloom seeds in the Southeast. New HBO series is Mushrooms and Zombies. They took over. Well, that seems appropriate. Yeah, when we all blow each other up, the fungus will come, and they'll inherit the earth. Yeah, Southern Exposure Seed Exchange is a really cool business. It's like, horizontally run commune thing. And so, like, I was down there interviewing some of the folks who work for SESE and work for other seed businesses. Like, there's this incredible network of like, seed savers across the United States. And it's very regionally specific. So, like, we were focusing on the Southeast because, like, you need your varieties to be adapted to where you live. So, like, the premise of the documentary is that mostly my film partner, Reggie, but also we traveled around southeastern United States, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, down to Louisiana, also in Tennessee, Kentucky. They went all over. Not to Arkansas. And they interviewed seed savers, and then I stitched all the footage together to tell some stories about why seed saving is really critical, and how you can save different common southeastern crops. They're good plants. Yeah. Yeah, come to the Zoom event. I'd love to hang out with you. Yeah, so all those links are in my bio. You can find them. It's a little difficult to, like, post links on TikTok. Like, there are links that are attached to the 2 videos that I recently posted, but you can also check the bio one. Yeah, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out and chatting and recommending a book. I'll make sure to put it on my list. Okay, bye. Have a great day.